Hey y'all, this is Toya. You're tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all, so if you're new to the channel, I'm a certified life coach. I also help people just learn how to grow in the uncomfortable so they can become generational curse breakers. Or I am a generational curse breaker and I am currently still growing in the uncomfortable. And on this channel, I like to talk about different things that I'm learning on this journey to healing and growth and all of those things. And so today I real quickly wanted to talk about healthy conflict. Healthy conflict. I think this is so important because I hear so many times now where, you know, people are always just falling out by, I don't even understand, just stuff, right? So first off, healthy conflict is where we both, me and whomever else that I'm having a conflict with, where we come together and have a mature conversation about the issue, not one another. That is so important. First off, when you come to a conversation to have healthy conflict, obviously you won't do this with everybody, right? Like you probably just won't. If it's not a relationship that you value or a person that you value or whatever. So no, you wouldn't do it with everybody. Also too, if it is people that you do value, right? Like say it's a family member and stuff like that, and you recognize that they're not in a place to have a mature conversation. They don't know how to address the issue without attacking you because they feel attacked, right? So when you recognize that, then maybe you have to be mature enough to say, I can move on without the apology for the sake of the relationship. Doesn't give them a pass to continue to disrespect you or to make you feel uncomfortable, but you just know how to interact with that individual because you recognize that they're not at a level to have a mature conversation. So if you recognize, hey, this is a person I care about, we're able to have a mature conversation, then what you do is you address the issue. Every disagreement is not a fallout moment. And I find that so much nowadays, I always hear folks, so I didn't agree with that, so we just fell out. Or like people don't really recognize that everything is not just a fallout moment because we do need each other, right? Like that just is what it is. Now I do have another episode that I'm going to cover growing apart, right? And that's a whole nother thing as well. And again, it's from a healthy place. It's not from a negative place. So back to healthy conflict. Okay, so healthy conflict. We have a conversation. We address the issue. It would start out with something like, hey, when you said this, it made me feel this way. Right? So like, could we address how that made me feel? Did you mean it that way? Or also too, when you go to a conversation, you have to be very self-aware that, hey, you may have done something that offended somebody. You may have said something or done something that they may have taken away, right? They're not attacking you, the individual, but we want to address the behavior. That's what healthy conflict does. It addresses the behavior so that way you can have a resolve and you can move on in a healthy relationship. And that's how we grow, right? There is no relationship that's not going to ever have disagreements. If you never have disagreements, I would really question, is that a real relationship? And disagreements, again, doesn't mean that we disrespecting each other or that we falling out. It just means that, hey, you may see this differently than I do. And like say people from up north, right? They believe sugar go in grits. People from the South know sugar don't go in grits, right? Something simple like that. So if I was having something at my house, right, and you come over there and you like, well, ain't no sugar in the grits. I'm like, girl, sugar don't go in the grits. Okay, that may seem something petty, but just imagine if it's something bigger, right? Where you grew up, that's how it's made. Where I grew up, it's not made that way. We can have a conversation and say, hey, well, where I grew up, sugar goes in grits. And I say, well, down here, that's not the case. So in that case, what we'll do is, hey, well, would it be easier or could it be okay that when you come here, you can actually just add it to that so that way I don't put it in a whole pot, right? Again, what ends up happening is people lose sight of the issue because they begin to get defensive and then start attacking each other. So it'll start off with, hey, sugar go in grits, why you ain't whatever, right? And he'd be like, well, girl, sugar don't go in grits, I'm from down here, da. Then the next thing is, oh, but you done everything else. And it's like, well, wait a second. I thought we was addressing the sugar and the grits was the issue. But what happens is people start attacking each other, and in attacking each other, you never really get the issue resolved, and then you fall out about nothing. So again, healthy conflict is just so important as you grow and as you mature, because you can't just walk around here and be falling out with everybody all the time, and then all the time it's everybody else, right? Or we put these little crazy posts, oh, I'm protecting my peace at da. No, you're avoiding accountability. a lot of people just are avoiding accountability. They can't hear when they're wrong. They can't accept that they're wrong. They can't consider someone else's perspective, right? Healthy conflict allows us to consider other people's perspective, make small adjustments where I'm not losing who I am because I don't put sugar in the grits, and you not losing who you are because when you get here, you know it ain't in there. You can just put some in there, right? And then we can move on to better. We can understand each other better as friends and or spouses or as employees and supervisors, all of that when we address the issue and attack the issue, not each other. So this is Toya. This is something I learned on on my healing journey, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I hope that someone can learn something from it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share because it may bless somebody else. Peace.